mean, there's so much. I mean, I think you go through school and you get this education and you think it's going to mean only one thing, but there's so many lessons in it. There's lessons in discipline. There's lessons in like opening your mind to new things that you didn't know. Because it's not just about the material that you actually learn, right? It's also about the training that it gives you to absorb new information. Because you're going to be learning for the rest of your life, right?
Yeah, true.
And so if you start off with a good education, it just prepares you to continue that learning. I have a teacher. I had a teacher named Mr. Devinoff in the sixth grade. Was it fifth or sixth grade? Sixth grade. That and it's funny because it wasn't like an academic thing. It was like somebody. We were doing a class play, and I was so nervous. Like I was so nervous, but I wanted it so bad that I started crying when I had to start. When I was auditioning, I just froze and I like literally started crying. And what I wanted to do is curl up and run away and never do that again. But what he did for me was he didn't let me do that. He was like, "It's okay. Calm down. Take a breath. I'll wait." And he gave me a second and then he let me do it again. And I killed it the second time because I let it out. I let all that nervous energy out and I was able to do it again. And then the next day he came back and he gave me the part and he also told me how proud he was that I didn't give up. And that meant so much to me at that point that I remembered that forever. Like anytime I get nervous or I get scared, or sometimes if you mess up the first time, it doesn't mean you quit. It means you keep going, because you can't get to the next version of if you don't keep going. You know what I'm saying? And it was like a really valuable lesson for me at that age, at that time, that has like stayed with me for my whole life. Even now, I use it now. I don't know if I so much chose it as if I kind of stumbled on it. I knew I love music, so I got an internship at the radio station, but I didn't know what I wanted to do. And what I did was while I started and I had this internship, I learned everything that I could. And then I helped out in every department that I could. And I learned how to run the boards and I learned how to do everything. And eventually I started realizing that I wanted to be on air. And it gave me a platform. It gave me a platform to share music that I love, to talk about the music that I loved and why. It gave me an opportunity to highlight artists and give other artists a platform to be able to showcase their music and things. And so I got really lucky that way. It's like I kind of just found it within an internship that I was doing. Yeah. That's why I always tell people do internships, because you never know. You might do 5 internships, and then you might think you want to do something, and then when you get in there, you're like, I don't really like this so much. And you go do another one, and third one, you could fall in love with the environment. I fell in love with the environment of radio, but you don't know that until you're inside. So while you have the opportunity and you're young and you can do those, I always encourage kids to get internships, especially when you're in college, and you can get credit for them. And that's why I always say, you gotta keep going no matter what. Failure is you're gonna fail all the time. Even if you fail a class, I always tell my son, even if you fail, even if you're getting C's, that doesn't mean you're a C student. That just means that's the C's is what you had before. What are you gonna be moving forward? You could used to be a C student, and now I'm an A student. There's always an opportunity to grow and evolve and change. And if you quit, then that's the only time you can't. Quitting is the only time you can't get better. You can always. I really believe there is something to just not quitting. I think everybody's path is different. Everybody's road is different. Some kids, it comes easy to you. Some kids, it's like, oh, this is easy. I knock it out. I'm an A student. Everything's great. Some kids, it's hard, man. It doesn't come easy. But the one thing that we all have the opportunity to do is no matter what level you're at, or no matter where you come from, it's like you have the opportunity to not quit. You have the opportunity to keep going and keep trying and trying new ways. And there's a lot of resources. Find them. Find help. Find people that want to help you. And then, and chase your dreams. Yeah. And you got to believe in yourself, too, Yeah. It starts here. It's like, you got to be the person. You have to find, even if nobody believes in you, if you believe in yourself, that's the beginning of it. That's the beginning. It's the same thing when you're talking about yourself, and how you present yourself. When you walk into a room and you believe in yourself, that translates, that resonates to people. You know what I'm saying? So I think confidence and believing in yourself is very key to success. Hey guys, I'm Angie Martinez. I'm a radio personality and television personality and media personality, and I also am an author of my very own memoir. And you're watching Young Faces Smiling.